And good morning. How is everybody this morning? Little different setup for me. I decided to stream from our porch, our patio. It's a cool autumn morning today, and I hope the audio is good and everything. But I just thought this might be pleasant. Coffee. Everybody have coffee? We are looking forward to our trip in November, upcoming trip in November. We're 20 days out, and we are counting down that trip with an advent calendar, Lego Star Wars advent calendar. Check out those videos on our site. We're really enjoying that box. It's a good idea for Christmas, maybe, for those of you who may be thinking about getting an advent calendar for Christmas. A lot of people use them, and I'm really enjoying this one. We decided to use one for our countdown to our Disney World trip in November, and it's a lot of fun. William and Jillian, of course, counted down using the Marvel 80th anniversary box Marvel Funko Pops, which was really cool. You could check out all 24 of those videos on our channel if you want to take a look at those. So these boxes are a lot of fun, and we decided this would be not only a good way to count down my Disney trip. Good morning, William. Good morning. Not only to count down our Disney trip, and hey, Colin, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. But for people who might be considering getting this box for Christmas for your kids, I've had some comments already in the chat about it, saying, we've used a Star Wars box before for a countdown for Advent calendar. Our kids really enjoyed it. So it's a lot of fun. It's just something to look forward to every day. The box is divided into sections, and you just punch each day, and there's a little Lego that you put together. It's a mini Lego that you put together every day, and so it's a surprise, and you get to add those to your Legos collection. So it's a lot of fun. Colin, good morning. Let's see. Okay, my best memory was my first trip to Disneyland, October 2018. It's one of the many vacations I may experience once in my lifetime. Oh, Colin. And what a great trip Disneyland is. Actually, Disneyland was my first taste of Disney. I grew up in Tennessee, but my cousin lived on the East Coast, and as I was growing up, she loved Disney. She went, a good bit when she had guests, especially. And so when I believe I was 13, the first time that I went out to spend Christmas with her, and we went to Disneyland. We went to Hollywood, did all the touristy stuff, and really did some fun stuff while I was there. But for me, at 13, the highlight of my trip was definitely that Disneyland visit. I really enjoyed it. As a child, of course, I loved to watch Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights, and it came on, and I watched that, when we got home from church. I was always rushing Mother, home from church, because I really wanted to watch that. And so I loved Disney, I guess, even before I went to Disneyland. It held a certain magic for me. Let's see. Colin says, I visited Disney World in 2011 and got to do Mission Space and meet great characters. Yeah, absolutely. Mission Space is a wonderful ride. As far as our family and Disney, I guess that was kind of my first experience with it. Well, it was my first experience with it. And going to Disneyland for the first time for my first trip was especially magical, because there is something about Disneyland. There's a lot about Disneyland that's different than Walt Disney World, but it's the original park. It's where Walt walked and worked. and loved, his park. And it's the world that he, the physical world that he created for us. And so when you walk into that park, it's the history is there. If you are a real Disney fan, the history is definitely there. And you walk in, and the firehouse is there, and you can see the light in the window that stays on when Walt and Lillian were in the apartment. That the light was on. That was an indication that he was actually in the park. And after he passed away, they left the light on. They started leaving the light on all the time. So the only time that changes is when they put a small Christmas tree. They replace the lamp with a small Christmas tree for Christmas, which is really cool. But so that light is always lit. And so it's just kind of a testament to his presence in the park, I think. And you can still feel him there. His presence is still there, guys. He created something really magical for all of us to share, and I really appreciate it. Everybody have your coffee this morning? I'm using my Villains mug. That's a little nod to the season. So that Disneyland trip, again, was my first. I was 13. I remember walking down Main Street for the first time towards Sleeping Beauty Castle. And just as we walked down the street, we looked in, some of the shop windows and the confectionery and this kind of thing. The Disneyland Main Street, of course, is a lot shorter than Disney World's. And the Main Street vehicles were going by, with the horses and the fire truck, the fire. It was just really, it was just mesmerizing to me, that very first walk into Disneyland. And I still remember it. And so the impression of that first trip is still there. We went to the left first. We went through Adventureland. And if I'm not mistaken, the first ride that I ever rode at Disney was Pirates of the Caribbean, as we call it. And I remember that was my first look, of course, at the animatronics and the incredible characters in that ride, and the dog, the guy's in jail, and the dog is holding the key, and they're trying to get the storytelling of it. And it's kind of interesting that the animatronics are really what fascinated me at that point, because my career has been in technology. And so an early nod to maybe to what I would be doing later in my life. But I remember as we were going, that bridge, there's a bridge there where there's this one pirate and he's swinging his leg, and you go underneath that bridge in the boat. My cousin pointed out the fact that there are hairs on his leg. The detail to those animatronics was something that really, I don't suppose, had ever been done before. And Disney not only created something wonderful, for all of us to share, but it's the detail, right? It's the detail with Disney that really gets us. Alyssa, hey, Disneyland. Yeah. Now, did you go a lot, Alyssa? Did you live close, or, how often did you go? Dee, welcome in. Always a good morning to, good morning with Dean. Gobble-tastic morning. So did you, Alyssa, were you able to go a lot as a child? Did you live in California, which I think would have been wonderful? I have friends who grew up in California and who were able to go to Disneyland quite a lot. I can't imagine having that experience, being able to go, being an annual pass holder is something that we want to do fairly soon. But we live in Texas, so, as much as we love Texas, the only drawback that I can think of really to Texas is that it's right in the middle. It's not close to either park. So, but But yeah, that first trip, okay, so the first ride that we rode was Pirates of the Caribbean, and the second was the Haunted Mansion. And obviously, the Haunted Mansion, the Haunted Mansion really, really, well, it's wonderful, you know. But what really caught my attention was the hitchhiking ghosts. I absolutely loved the holograms. I thought that was just the coolest thing in the world, was those holograms. It was mesmerizing to me. As even as a teenager, you know, I didn't go as a child, but I think I was probably just as fascinated with it uh, when I went. But it definitely Disney definitely grabbed my attention. It wasn't just a day at a park, and yes, I had fun, and then you know, it kind of, you know, it's just something you do. Disney for a lot of us is a lot more than a park. It's a feeling. It's something that, you know, that gives us joy and makes us happy. And so I think, you know, I think it's the magic of Disney. It's the storytelling of Disney. Um, and of course, the one of the highlights of that trip, uh, probably, wow, that was such a magical day. Maybe the highlight of that trip was definitely the Main Street Electrical Parade. That I remember standing there, and you know, I had never seen anything like that in my life. And I remember seeing that parade come down the street, and I just stood there and cried. I just, it was just so happy. And my cousin cried because that parade is just, it was just incredible. And I was just completely overcome. It was so beautiful and special and different. And I just couldn't believe how magical and happy, you know, the music for that. It was just incredible. Um, oh, let's see, Colin, let me catch him in the chat. Belle, yeah. Belle is your favorite princess, yeah. Yeah, she has a beautiful signature for autograph books. She really does. Yeah, if you've never gotten Belle's signature, her signature is really gorgeous. Uh, Colin says, I met nearly everyone at Disneyland, and I might show the signatures in my video. That'd be great. That would be really super. Oh, hey, Danny. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in early. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, William, every Disney park should have a nighttime parade. I could not agree more. We have seen, of course, we've seen the Main Street Electric Parade, and the other one that we've seen the most was at Disney World, Spectral Magic. And that Disney doesn't have a nighttime parade right now, to me is a real it really takes away from the magic. That is something that they need to maintain, as a nighttime parade. I would love. I hope that for Walt Disney World's 50th in 2021, which is coming up really fast, that they'll bring back a nighttime parade. Whether it's Spectral Magic or Main Street Electrical Parade would be crazy. You know, that would be just fantastic. So let's hope they do that. That if I could wish for one thing during the that 50th celebration, 50th anniversary celebration. Hey, Sean, is that you? Good morning. Thanks for popping in. It would be that. It would be that they bring the Main Street Electrical Parade would be incredible. I think my understanding is that they have it in storage, and you know, so they can just kind of pull it out, you know, when they want. And they've shipped it. You know, they ship it different places. I believe the first time I remember it leaving Disneyland, it actually went to one of the overseas parks for a while and ran over there. um, the 40 questions I did. Thanks, Danny. I did find that the 40 question challenge, we may be doing that. Griswold Family Vacay has challenged us to do a 40 question challenge. We'll probably do that on a stream. I know that This Our Dream is going to do that this morning at 10 o'clock Central on their stream. So just some fun questions to, help us all get to know each other. I'm going to try, guys, sharing my screen, and you can tell me if this works okay in the chat. Let's see. I have just a couple of pictures. We're talking about our favorite Disney memories, and I have a couple pictures that I wanted to share with you. Our trips, of course, I went to Disneyland as a teenager, and then after Jeff and I married and we had the boys, we were doing other things. We kind of did other things, and we didn't, really have the money when we first got married to go to Walt Disney World. But when William was about 3 and my eldest was 8, well, he would have been older than that. He would have been 10, 11, somewhere in there. We took the boys to a Walt Disney World for the first time. And, sometime William, really we need to chat about that on a stream and talk about what he remembers about that trip, because it was a fantastic trip. Again, he was only 3 years old. And so, but he remembers a lot. So, and it was a wonderful trip. So that trip kind of kicked off, our going to Disney as a family after I got married, and we, I guess, the trips have just kind of increased over the years. So yeah, that's kind of how we started going back to Disney. And one thing, we were in Mexico. I think we were in Cancun with the boys, and just on vacation, and love the beach. We really were a beach family, and so we love tropical locations. We were in Mexico, and I think we were eating breakfast one morning, and we were talking about Disney. We were just sitting and talking about Disney, and William or I can't remember which one of us said, it's interesting how when we're on other vacations, we always end up talking about Disney. So, yeah, that's kind of how it goes for us. Let's see if I can catch that here in the chat. Yeah, those challenges are fun. I'm gonna look over the list, Sean, and check that out. We probably need to do that on a stream of the 40. The 40 questions are just kind of random questions, and it's a YouTube challenge that's going around, and you take the 40 questions. They're sort of random, that just kind of help people to get to know you, preferences and things like that, and you just go through the list, and it's kind of fun. So looking forward to that. Let me see, guys, if I can share my screen with you. And show you a few of our pictures from just trips, just a few. This one is, of course, William in front of Winnie the Pooh. This was a trip that we took. I believe this is from 2007, and they're in front of Winnie the Pooh. And this is my husband and my youngest, Adam. Adam is now 20. So, and then these pictures of Adam and William meeting Pooh and Tigger are some of my favorites. They really are. Adam, they're, just, these are just really sweet pictures, I think. And William and Tigger. William was in high school at the time, and I think he may have been on a band trip. William would have to tell you in the chat. exactly what these are from, but this particular one is one of my favorites. This is William and Adam with Pooh Bear, and this is just kind of one of my favorites. But these, again, these family memories are so special. This is William. How many of you remember Push? Do you remember Push, the talking trash can? Push, yes, was a talking trash can. And he was in the parks. He was he just looked like the regular trash cans in he's in Tomorrowland, and he would walk up to you and start talking, and it was delightful. I wish they would bring him back, but let's see. Can you guys see these? William, let me know if you could. Yeah, this trip. Yeah, this May one. I've got 2007 on this one. William. Thanks for dropping in, Shauna. You've got to head out, but thanks for dropping in. But yeah, Push was the talking trash can. He's not in the parks anymore. I believe one of my Instagram friends told me that they also had Push, in Disneyland Paris for a time, and he's no longer there. But I wish they would bring Push back. This picture was taken. William, Push had rolled up to William and started talking to him. And you can see that William was wearing his Mustang 1,000-pound club shirt. And Push rolled up to him and said, "Wow, can you really lift 1,000 pounds?" And William said, "Well, yeah, I sure can." And let's say Push said something to the effect of, "Wow, somebody get this guy a Band-Aid because he's ripped." And William laughed when he said that. And I snapped this picture at just the perfect moment to catch this. And so this picture is one of all the thousands that we have taken. This picture is one of my favorites for obvious reasons, because it's one of those magical moments. It sure is. And then the other night we were talking about okay, so you can see the pictures. Okay. He didn't talk trash, did he? He did talk trash, didn't he? He rolled up to my baby and was talking trash. Yeah. Okay. Now this is, what was the name of this? I looked it up. Oh, I wish Mike Wheeler was in the chat this morning. Maybe he could be on hashtag Team Replay. But this was the Cars Parade, and you can see in the background there the hat in the background. This was, again, I think this was in 2007, and don't you just love these? These cars were really amazing. There's Hades in his car. Say the license plate says evil. But this was a really cool parade. I don't know how many of you remember this parade. It was just really cool. Here's Lilo and Stitch. Look at their car. Is that awesome? And look at the license plate on the front. It's a surfboard. How cool is that? With the tiki as the hood ornament. So cute. This was such a fun parade. And I just, I've always wondered what they did with these cars, after these parades, what they did with these cars. Now, here's kind of a special one. How many of you remember Bear in the Big Blue House? We talked about some of this last week on our Hitchhiker chat and some of these memories, and I thought I would. That's one reason I was looking through some of these pictures, and I thought, I really ought to share these. And I had to fill in for Jillian this morning. She had a bachelorette party, so I thought this might be a good time to do it. But yeah, here's Bear in the Big Blue House. His presence in the park, I'm sure that since he's there, he was a meet and greet. I don't remember meeting him. William, you may remember meeting Bear in the Big Blue House. Let me know in the chat if you remember him, but it was cool. And this is the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids area of the park. And this was really a great piece of the park, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And of course, this is a giant spider web, and Adam's coming out of the, it's a play area, and Adam's coming out of the spider web. This was, I think, over in the backlot section. Oh, Disney Dan, welcome in. It's nice to see you. I'm so glad you're here with that time difference. Good to see you, Dan. This and Disney Dan, I don't know if you know how far back your experience goes, Dan, but whether you remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, we're just kind of talking about Disney memories this morning, our memories of the parks and things that are not there anymore. This was on the back lot, I think, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And basically, you were shrunk down and everything was huge. So pretty cool. Now, this one was also one that we brought up the other night in the chat. It was the Block Party Bash. Again, most of this, well, all of this so far has been, well, some of it, has been in Hollywood Studios. This parade was, it was so much fun. The music was really catchy. You can go on YouTube and different places and look this parade up. It was a lot of fun, and it was called the Block Party Bash. So much fun. This one, I see the Year of a Million Dreams streamers, banners on the lamp post there. So this was, I want to say 08. This particular may have been 07. I'll just have to look again. I pulled some of these from 2007 and some from 2008. But Mike Wheeler, who's one of our ghost hosts, one of our mods, said that he was actually in the Block Party Bash, and he was part of the Toy Story group, the Toy Story section. And you can see she's jumping there. They have those spring things on their face. This was so much fun. Some of the floats had trampolines, and there were acrobats, and it was just so much fun. Now, here's the Toy Story. I don't think that's not Mike, is it? Botterbright. But yeah, Mike Wheeler said that he was actually in this parade. So there's a chance that we, ran across Mike Wheeler, and wouldn't that be really crazy? But this was such a fun parade. It was one of our favorites. The thing that was so much fun about this, let's see if I can. Mike probably knows some of the performers, I'm sure. Yeah, but this was so much fun, guys. And what was really, really neat about this parade, the first time we saw it, we weren't ready for this, but there was a float, and I think the float had, it might have been this one, and out the top, at the kind of one of the last floats in the parade, the top of that float popped open, and all of these Nerf balls that were about the size of ping pong balls in different colors just spewed out the top. It was the coolest thing. And of course, the kids could pick them up, and cast members, would kind of stop and help the kids find them. And it was just so much fun. And we got one of the Nerf balls the first time. The second time we were ready, we actually have 3 of these Nerf balls. So that was so much fun. And this was such a fun parade. There's Adam interacting with some of the cast members in that parade. But it was really cool. Again, here's the Toy Story section, which is the one that Mike said he danced in. And just going through these, this was probably Adam's first time to meet Minnie Mouse. And yeah, some of these are just kind of some fun family memories that we have. And just fun stuff, guys. Fun memories. I love Mickey and Minnie's safari outfits. This was in Animal Kingdom, and they were wearing their safari hats or safari gear. And this, of course, is a family picture. You can see all my camera gear there. But yeah, so those are just, a few of the our family memories. I hope you guys could see those okay. But yeah, Dan, you remember the play area? It was literally between backlot tour and Lights Motor Action. Yeah, so that's the general area that I remember that from. But yeah, there were so many things in Hollywood studios when it was a working studio that I wish they would go back to. I know it's not. I don't know how much they do in Hollywood studios anymore as far as, it being a working studio. But I really wish, I think it would be a lot of fun if they brought back some of that. But those are just, some that I picked out, just a few that I picked out hurriedly to share with you guys. And what are some of your memories? What are your first memories? Dan, I don't know how many parks you've visited, but I know that you were a cast member in Walt Disney World. How many times has that been your only trip here, or have you been back again? And what is it like to talk with other people about what it is that makes them love Disney so much? What is it what is it that makes it so magical for us? And for most people, for most people, it is that Disney magic, that, happy place, that place where you can go and just enjoy your day and forget about work and be a kid again and just have those magical moments. The cast members are fantastic and they create those magical moments. Disney Dan was one of them. And so that's part of it. But then the details, for most people are different, because we love different things. We love different rides, etc. Danny says, we've only been in 2016. Would love to go back. Oh, Danny, y'all have only been once. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You need to get back to Disney World. Yeah, our next trip again is 20 days away. I'm going for my birthday. I'm looking forward to it. It is an escape. It is an escape. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Danny. Yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time, on the, boring family vacation pictures, but since that was the topic, I thought you might enjoy seeing a few of those. Turkey legs are very magical, Dean. I couldn't agree more. And and you had a turkey leg, Dean. Yeah, Dean was in Epcot a couple of days ago and snagged a turkey leg. Mm-hmm. Put up some. Best video I've seen in a while is of Dean eating a turkey leg at Epcot just a few days ago. So yeah, turkey legs are magical. And as far as the parks, the other thing that we really, oh, good morning. Good morning, Jeff or Angela. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. The other, the other thing that I really love about Disney, guys, is the history. I love all of the history of Walt's life and his initial career as an animator, and the studios, and doing, he created a cartoon world first. He brought us Snow White. He brought us the first full-length animated feature film, and then it just kind of grew from there. His entrepreneurial spirit, his curiosity, his love of obviously making people happy, just led him to greater and greater things. And of course the parks were part of that. part of that. So, yeah, it's good to see y'all this morning. Grab some coffee or some Coke. Some like their caffeine hot, some like it cold. So grab your favorite caffeine. And when was your first time to the parks, guys? What do you remember about your very first time to the parks? Some people, I know Lynn at the Land Project, who's a friend of ours, said that she had not been to the parks in, I don't know if she'd ever been to the parks or if she just went, as an adult after they moved to Florida, and that Disney magic just kind of grabbed her, even as an adult. She was captivated by it. And of course, she has her YouTube channel and really enjoys it. But yeah, the history of the company, Years of Ears. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Years of Ears. Great YouTube channel. They do a piece on this day in Disney history every morning. And so go over there and check that out. It's generally like, anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. And it's a very well done video. Tiffany and her husband do just a great job with those. I've really enjoyed them. And it's just a little piece of each day. She looks up Disney history and talks about what was happening on that particular day. So you've got water, Dane. Yep, water works. But go over there and check that out because they do a really good job with that. And then I think at 10 o'clock Central, Does Our Dream goes live with the 40 Questions Challenge, I think is what they're doing. So, and Dean, the turkey legster, also has a wonderful podcast called The Dean Report on Spotify. And he has 2 podcasts on Spotify, I know. One is The Dean Report, and the other is specifically Disney. I can't remember the name of it, Dean, right now. I'm sorry. Danny at Griswold Family Vacay. Go check out their channel. They have just great content. We really love our Disney family. And so check out, some of the people in chat. Disney Dan has a fantastic channel, guys. Wonderful content. So go check them out and enjoy. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Enjoy some Disney magic in your day. If you can't be in the parks or it's going to be a while, a lot of people don't want to go to the parks yet. It's probably going to be, late 2021, mid 2021 before a lot of people are thinking about going back. So, but you can add some Disney to your day. Absolutely. Again, for me, the Disney magic has to do with the history, and I'm fascinated with what Walt did there. His whole career, the evolution of his career, his creation of Disneyland, and then Disneyland was a huge undertaking, guys. But he didn't stop there. He wanted even a bigger project, and so he dreamt of his Florida project. And when I was, again, watching Wonderful World of Disney as a little girl in front of the TV at home, he would do those presentations, in his suit, and he would talk about, their plans for Disneyland. And then, of course, the Florida project, he announced that they were going to be building Disney World. And Walt actually scouted out the land for Florida. He found the land he wanted, somewhere with a good climate. Florida was a logical choice for it. But at that time, Florida was not developed as much. And so, a lot of people, when they at first bought the land under several different corporations so that nobody would actually know that Disney was the purchaser. Well, when it came to light, can't remember what newspaper broke that story. When it came to light, of course, all of the property around adjacent the land that Walt had bought, which is a lot of property. I can't remember how many square miles are there, but or how much acreage is there, but it's a lot. Disney World has a lot of room. They still have a lot of room for expansion, guys. So that's a good thing, because that was kind of the reason for the Florida project. They're landlocked at Disneyland. They don't have as much land to expand as Walt wanted, and so that's why he moved to Florida. He didn't want that to be a problem in Florida. So, magic on my screen, yeah. Yes, there we go. That's Dane's other podcast, and really good. Y'all check that out. It's on Spotify and some of the other platforms as well. But Walt, bought that property, scouted it out, and there are pictures. You can go look, on the internet. There are pictures of him, walking that property. Unfortunately, he passed away, of course, as we all know, before Walt Disney World opened. But yeah, he was there. He was on the property. So he touched ground at the most magical place on earth. And just a distinction, guys, Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, and Disney World is the most magical place on earth. So that's the difference. But yes, Walt did. Now I don't think he lived to see the park completed, but after he passed, of course, the company was shell shocked, and so many people, they without Walt, they had to regroup and kind of, because they didn't have the direction anymore from him. He was the total driving force, obviously, behind that company. And Roy was kind of the business. His brother Roy, obviously, was the business mind, and so they were a good team. They made a good team. And Roy, after Walt passed, Roy took that company, and he was determined to make Walt Disney World a reality, and he did. And instead of just calling it Disney World, Roy was the one who named it Walt Disney World. He wanted his brother specifically recognized for that part, which I think is really, really cool. But I hope you've enjoyed our little walk down memory lane, and just a few of our family pictures. I'll share some of those on Instagram today. A few more if you guys want to see it. But we had a little discussion, like I said, on Hitchhiker Chat last week. Talked about some of those older, the parade and the Cars Parade and the Block Party Parade, and some things that were there, Electrical Light or Main Street Electrical Parade, just some things that are not there anymore that we miss. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to share some of those with you. So let's see. I don't think Dope Whip Dad is going live this morning. I'm not sure about that. I don't think he is. But again, at 10 o'clock, I believe at 10 o'clock, Diz Our Dream is going live. And I think also Lynn at the Lynn Project is going live for Coffee and Contemplation with Josh at Triple P. And I'm not sure whose channel. They alternate channels. I'm not sure whose channel that's on today. But so lots of great streaming going on Saturdays, guys. And if you are looking for a live stream and you're not sure who's on, go to theliveplace.com and look it up. The Dean at the Live Place maintains that wonderful site. It's like a TV guide for family-friendly live streaming. And so you can go and just look up today and see who's streaming live. There's a lineup there. So just a really neat, we appreciate Dean so much for maintaining that for us. I began my official countdown to our Walt Disney World trip. Of course, the day I made my reservations was my official countdown, but I've begun counting down with a Lego Star Wars Advent calendar, and I'm doing a daily video on each pull from that box. So if you guys, it would be great if you want to go check those videos out. I'm having a good time with it. Be great for obviously a Christmas countdown if you want to take a look at that box and see what I pulled so far. If you're thinking of maybe buying that for yourself, for your family as a Christmas advent calendar. So check those out. On Hitchhiker Chat for October 27th, we're going to have a special treat to celebrate the return of The Mandalorian. I am going to be doing a little cooking from this cookbook. This is the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the official Black Spire Outpost cookbook. And I'm going to be making the Ronto wraps, which is right here on the cover on the stream this Tuesday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The Mandalorian Season 2, of course, drops on October 30th. And I thought this would be a great way to get ready for that. And then we have, of course, our Mandomania chat, which is a new live stream on Thursdays at 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. And that's every Thursday. We are discussing each of the episodes from The Mandalorian Season 1. And we're just about to wrap up Season 1. So all of those, there's a playlist you can go to. All of those chats are there. It's been a lot of fun. We do this coming Thursday, we will do Chapter 8, which is the last episode from Season 1. And then we'll also talk about, some things that we would really like to see in Season 2. And some things that we know that are coming up and some things that we like to, yum, yeah, Ronto wraps. Oh, hey, Mike. Mike, you'll have to be on Team Replay. We were talking about you a little bit earlier. All good, of course, but we were taking a little stroll down memory lane, and I put up some family pictures of the Block Party Bash, which I know you said when you were a cast member, you were part of the Toy Story section of that, I believe. But at any rate, we'll be cooking and doing that, and then again, back to the Mandomania stream, we're gonna keep that going, and then after each episode drops in Season 2, we'll talk about it and look forward to that. We're having a really good time with that. Totally love the Mandalorian. It's an incredible series, and if you have not watched Season 1, go back, catch up. There are 8 chapters, 8 episodes. It doesn't take long. It's on Disney Plus. Go check it out. So, yeah, it's good to see you, Mike. And then also we're doing a Halloween costume party on Russ's channel. Russ from What in the World with Russ, and several other YouTube channels are participating. We put all of these different costumes in a bowl and drew them out. Russ drew them out for us. And so we each have a costume. And I will be, interestingly and appropriately enough, I will be dressing as Madame Leota. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go live with that, and everybody's going to come in their costumes on Saturday, October 31st on Halloween at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern on Russ's channel, What in the World with Russ. So looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Just looking here, if we have any other chats coming up, again, What's Brewing with the Bones every Saturday right here, 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. And Jillian hopefully will be back next week. She misses not doing this show, guys. She absolutely loves this show. She started teaching, her job. She started doing some other things too. And so she doesn't make it every Tuesday for a Hitchhiker Chat. And she decided to start this show because she really loves to talk with you guys and be a part of our live stream. So she'll be back next week. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you can be notified when we go live. And I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for being in. Oh, hey, ATJH Travels. Thanks so much for that big thumbs up, that big like. We appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. Can't stay, but sledgehammer that like button. Stay safe, awesome, and blessed. Share this out. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Mike, how are you doing it? Yeah, how are you doing? Catch us on the replay. The on team replay. Yeah. How are you doing this morning, Mike? What's going on in your world? Happy Saturday morning. But we so appreciate everybody for being here. Let me see. Let's see. We just quickly, people in chat. We always, my sister Joy doesn't chat, but she's always watching, and so we appreciate you, Joy. Will is here, of course. The Hitchhiking Bones in chat. Colin Cropley, Alyssa Stenberg, Dean the Turkey Legster, Griswold Family Vacay, Mickey Sightings, Disney Dan, and Diz Our Dream. So we appreciate you guys hopping in with us this morning. And if you're on Team Replay, we love our hashtag Team Replay. Leave a comment down below and let us know with hashtag Team Replay if you're watching, because we love for you guys to come in and watch on the replay. So yeah, doing good, just hanging in there. Anybody have any? Oh yeah, William says ATJH Travels and Mike Wheeler. Absolutely. Popped in. Anybody have any special plans for today? Saturday plans? Going to a pumpkin patch or anything like that? I am going to work on some videos. My granddaughters are here, so we'll probably play some board games. And it's a little chilly today, but we may try to get out, go to the park for just a few minutes anyway. So you guys have a lovely, lovely, magical Saturday. Go make something good happen. Do something nice for somebody else and brighten their day. And you guys brighten my day so much just by, being here. And I really appreciate the chat and the memories. And again, leave a comment in the chat of what your favorite Disney memory is, or what your first memory of Disney is. I love to talk to people about that. So I appreciate it. Again, guys, have a magical, magical morning, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.